go. Here we go. Come a little bit more into frame. We are such large people.
I know.
So we're gonna be
Well,
squished
and
in here.
you know, and as this grows and expands, your setup will not be quite so precarious.
It is a little precarious. Happy holidays! Happy holidays! It's the holidays and it's 8 degrees here in LA. Woo!
Yeah.
Welcome to Do
Hey,
You Want
wait.
Fries with That, the only podcast where we talk about all of the juiciest stories and hottest gossip from those who work firsthand in the customer service industry, because we've all had those days that made us want to quit.
I knew that I was getting fries. I didn't know that I was going to get a serenade at the beginning.
Did you like it?
It was lovely.
Thank you.
Know? I think it's very easy for me to get into the holiday spirit. So like it doesn't take a lot. And yeah, I mean,
Well,
8 out of 10. It's great.
Thank you. Recording this, it is currently December 11th, but this will be coming out right after Christmas.
Hey.
So
I hope that you got that thing that you wanted.
I hope that you got all those gifts that you're not going to use. My name is Elana Rose. I'm your host for this beautiful podcast, and I have a guest here today. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, my name is Eddie Dunoyer, and I live in LA also.
And also as well, yes.
Yeah.
How do you say your last name? I'm realizing I don't think I've ever said it right in my head.
You know, and that's fine because you would share that with 95% of the people that I know, some of whom I've known for like a decade and still they don't quite get it. It's Dunoyer.
Dunoyer.
So I like to say it's dune like a sand dune, Y like the question, A like the letter.
Beautiful.
Dunoyer. Simple.
Now I'll never forget it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna read it and still say it wrong in my head, but I will never forget to say it correctly.
In the same way that every time I read the word epitome, in my head when I read it, I'm like, that says epitome.
Epitome.
I'm like, I know to say epitome, but every single time I read it, I'm like, that's epitome. So I know what you mean, and I appreciate the fact that you'll deny your instinctual impulses and pronounce it how I've asked it.
That's right, Dunoyer.
Perfect.
Well, Eddie, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Eddie and I have known each other for about, a year now? A year.
Yeah.
We have both worked for a place that we'll maybe talk about a little bit in a second, but we have both worked as murder mystery actors for the Murder Mystery Company. Wow.
Ooh. This wasn't an intentional plug. Funnily enough, I have to go do a murder mystery show later, so this is like the uniform.
Exactly. It's busy season. It's busy season for all of us. It's busy season in the customer service world, and it's busy season for entertainers who are performing for people in the customer service world.
It's true.
Eddie, you're here. And you've prepared us a little bit of a tale today. Is that correct?
Yes.
And super important question. Do you want fries with that?
I would love fries with that.
Yes! Okay. I'm going to go get them.
Star wipe, smash cut.
Like all the way up.
Effects. Blah!
And we're back.
Mind blown. Bam, bam, bam.
Whoa!
And there they are.
And I have prepared us with sweet potato fries today.
Ooh.
Sweet potato fries with yum yum sauce. Do you know what yum yum sauce is?
I can't say that I do.
Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Okay, then you're gonna love it.
Oh, great.
Give it a dip. Feel free.
It would feel really like false advertising if something called yum yum sauce tasted, like eel or I don't know.
Eel?
Oh wow.
That's good, right? I know it's not yuck sauce. You wouldn't go ugh.
No, it's not yuck sauce. Also, but now that's pretty good. I think I want to figure out what yuck sauce is, because I feel like in a roundabout way I might like it. This is great. Yum yum.
Yeah. Yum yum. Also, if you're watching or if you're listening, I'm turned sideways to face Eddie because me and Eddie are both extremely tall people. And as I've stated in previous episodes, this is the tiniest table possible with these tiny little chairs. So we are both turned about 45 degrees to the left of each other, and we have to turn back because our legs just won't fit inside of this space.
Yeah. For anyone who's ever like done a play or something on stage, we've got a situation going on where like if we were both on stage and had to act as though we were like facing away from each other but like still having to be in each other's peripheral, so
cheating out.
So I'm cheating out. We are cheating out. And so I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because for anyone who does watch, if you're wondering why we've got this weird posture going on, yeah, where we're kind of
like back to back, but we're like looking at
yeah,
the side.
Yeah, a bit almost like a sitcom poster. About, you know, like two odd couple roommate situation. Anyway,
just going
I am happy to be here. I'm not cheating out out of any disdain.
That's okay. I think we both smell okay. We both smell good today. I hope. Anyway.
I hope so.
Anyway, Eddie, you prepared us a story.
Yes.
Is the story about a guest? Is it about a place? I know that you mentioned it's about working as an immersive theater actor.
Yes.
So who is this story regarding today?
So this story is about a guest.
Okay.
At a previous murder mystery show.
Sure. We won't say any names. We aren't exposing anybody here. This is just to give you a little sneak peek into, as an immersive theater actor, we count part of what we do as customer service. We work with clients. We're going to entertain people sometimes in their homes. We're going to entertain people sometimes at restaurants. We are there to entertain, but also part of what we do is to communicate clearly to a client to let them know what is happening before, during, and after an event. It's almost like event service, except you are also acting. So you're like double dipping in terms of how you are portraying yourself in this world. So when you go to murder mystery shows, sometimes there are guests who can make your job a little bit hard. And I have a feeling that's what this story is going to be about today.
Correct. Yeah, so like you mentioned, the interesting thing about these immersive murder mystery shows is oftentimes, especially with larger groups, which the story in this case was, they will really do it up like a big event and make it a big like dress up thing, you know, where most of the guests will show up in like period accurate costumes, that kind of thing. So in this instance, they had booked our 50s theme show. So this was like a your classic like sock hop a la Grease or Grease 2, which I hear is better than Grease.
Wait, was that real?
No, I've heard that. I don't know.
From who? Crazy people?
Maybe.
Do you take that sentiment as well?
No,
do you think Grease 2 is better?
Look, I've never seen Grease 2.
Grease, the Grease.
I might be depressed, but I don't hate myself enough to watch Grease 2. So so this was a
Grease 2 too much.
No. We're never gonna get there.
The Greasers.
So this was a show for about around 100 people. The median age, it was like definitely retirees. We're talking mostly people kind of 60 to 80, like
the people who like actually lived in the time period.
Yes, exactly.
That makes sense.
And so what was great about that was like they the place that they had booked was something akin to sort of like a garage warehouse gym situation, but really big. So they like decked it out to make it look like a classic like high school gym.
That is really fun.
And And all of the ladies came dressed up like in the poodle skirts, and
their actual poodle skirts probably that they had. But well, maybe not.
I mean,
it's high school's a long
maybe that's.
I'm just thinking of that.
They're incredibly well preserved, if that's the case.
I just want to say they must have been pristine
condition. Yeah, exactly. But no, so then you've got the folks showing up doing the like the greaser thing, right? With the leather jackets and the the white t-shirt with the rolled up sleeves so that you can put your pack of cigarettes.
That's right.
In there
and a comb.
Which I'm gonna be honest, like I saw that and I remember thinking like, all right, unironically that looks super cool. The like cup thing with the cigarettes. I'm like, yeah. I could not pull that off, but fuck, that's sick.
But fuck, this 20-year-old man is the coolest man I think I've ever seen with these rolled up sleeves and cigarettes in it.
Call that foreshadowing.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Call that foreshadowing.
So, this this was a group of people that were all a part of the same kind of volunteer organization, and they were super excited about it. And the client, which in this case is like the point of contact for a murder mystery actor, she is beyond excited. And it's like her and a few other women that are putting on the event as a whole, and they are just a treat, and they're super great to work with, and it's gonna be super fun. So the structure of like how these murder mystery shows will go, regardless of the theme, is usually for like the first half hour to an hour, even before the show officially like starts, is mingling, right? So me and the other actors, we all get into costume, get into character, playing the tough as nails principal. And
who did you play this show?
So in this one I'm playing the like student body president, who's sort of like the ultimate schmoozer, kind of dork, not in a charming way.
When we did the show together, I think you played him too, didn't you?
Yeah. It's I don't like what it says about me that I keep getting cast as that guy, but I'm gonna choose not to think too much about that. So the first hour is kind of we get into character and then just sort of mingling and kind of setting the scene for everybody as they're arriving, of like, oh, it's the 50s, we're at a sock hop, etc., etc. Then after that first hour is when the official show starts, and it usually runs for about 2 hours. And so the structure of that, as you know, but
for all of you
all of you out there, it is sort of a it's a mix of kind of like these scripted, almost like you would see like on a stage play, elements of the whole audience is sitting down and the actors kind of set the narrative and like the story into motion and everything else. And there are various points throughout the 2 hours with that, but then those are broken up with like the immersive interactive elements, where all of the guests at the party are moving around interacting with us, as well as interacting with like each other, kind of in character, in the narrative of the show.
And if you've never done a murder mystery before, you really should. Because I'll tell you what, it is the most entertaining 2 hours you will experience in a long time. It is truly exactly what Eddie is saying. You could probably buy one of those like cheapo scripts online and do it yourself, but don't.
So I speaking, super quick plug, speaking as someone who I, like a half dozen times before I started working for the murder mystery company, had either found or like been a part of like someone who wrote a script for themselves, and like we did it sort of DIY ourselves, and it was fun, certainly, but the degree of fun to which like this is, you know, and it's professional, so it's different, is like insane. It's really on another level of if the idea of a murder mystery party appeals to you even a little bit, this is like
exactly. So hire us, and then don't act like the guest that's about to in the story.
what a segment. So we have these scripted elements where the actors are kind of acting for everyone, and we have these sort of interactive elements, everyone's moving around. So as part of that, just like with Clue or with any of your murder mystery books, shows, movies, whatever, like you've got your full like suite of suspects of all the people who could potentially be the killer. um and so usually like all of the actors or most of the actors are like playing some of the suspects, but the majority of the suspects within this murder are actually like people that we pick from the audience. And so during that first hour of like interacting and mingling and stuff, that's part of it, is we will
Sussing people out.
It's
You like that?
no. So um I feel so comfortable here that it's like I was like, why lie? I'll be honest. She'll accept
You
that.
can be honest.
So no, so by that idea, as you might expect, like because in this case, in a room of 100 guests, we're picking out 7 or 8 people that we want to give a little costume and give a little small part in the role of, or in the story of, this whole murder mystery. So we try to pick out people that just from initial interactions we can tell are like fun and willing to be like playful and silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Silly's the key. You gotta be silly.
Right. Not necessarily take themselves too seriously, having an attitude of like, oh, they're here to have fun.
Yeah.
They're ready to like say yes and to like jump into having fun, what have you, right? Those are the kind of people we look for. And so I'm so committed to protecting people's anonymity in this story that I don't even remember this person's name.
Yeah. So let's just give him a pseudonym.
Well, and that will be easy because this guy came in. He was probably around 70. Not the oldest guy there, but certainly
a little bit
on the older side. And he came in with a group of people all dressed like a pack of greasers.
Nice.
Right.
Cool kids. And
yeah, exactly. With the jeans and the leather jackets and the stained white t-shirts, whatever. And immediately as I'm interacting with him, he's sort of checking all those boxes of like being fun, being playful, having the good energy, the whole kind of thing. And so we immediately decide to give him one of our characters, and that's what we could refer to him as for the rest of the story here. We decide to make him the your bad boy type of this 50s sock hop, the Kaneki or like Danny Zuko, who's his name is Slick Cool. So we'll call him Slick. So this guy, I was like, oh, he'll be perfect for Slick, because Slick is effectively kind of a greaser type within the show anyway. And we have to do a million things in the lead up to the start of a show.
Yes.
So I remember I gave him his role, kind of gave the little spiel to be like, here's how the game is going to work. He was so excited. We're off to the races. Everything seems great. I've now got 70 other things I got to go do. And there's 100 people at this show, which is not the biggest, but it's certainly on the bigger side.
And well, you're also in a big room too. When you're in a big room, that people could disappear.
Exactly. So I'm kind of like, certainly don't forget about him, but I'm kind of like, okay, great. That's all taken care of. He'll be good. He'll be fine. I don't have to worry about.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit when it comes up in the show. So we get into the show, and another thing that is sort of a variable with these murder mystery shows that's fully the the prerogative of the people hosting the party, not us, is alcohol.
Correct.
So sometimes people will have like a murder mystery as part of like a party or a birthday party or a dinner or whatever. And as you might expect, like people will be drinking that. Other times it will be a kids party, which
no alcohol there, but
this podcast, I imagine, does not support underage consumption.
No, it does not.
Don't
drink
until you're older.
Yeah, don't drink. Yes.
Don't drink yet.
Hot take. Don't drink till you're older.
Don't drink till you're older.
This might be controversial, but you shouldn't consume a beverage if you're.
I don't want to get you canceled on only
probably
on the fourth episode of your podcast. But
my third will be.
Great. Then yes, it is the express views of both me and this podcast that you should not drink until you're older.
Or drive.
You should not drive until
you're older. Drive.
Don't ever drive.
Don't drive. Yeah, alcohol. The thing is, alcohol in any of these scenarios that I've come to understand about the customer service industry, and I recently talked about this with someone where I was like, I need to have someone from a bar on, because I've never worked at a bar. I've never worked as a bartender. I've only worked as a server where there's alcohol. But I can't even imagine the people who every day have to go in every evening and deal with the same people who are just drunk and just the worst. When you get alcohol involved with people who are just trying to be nice to you, it gets weird.
It does. It gets weird, and that's the perfect descriptor, because I was thinking for some reason the other day about like the road to hell is paved with the best intentions.
That's right.
Why alcohol makes things weird is when someone has too much, or it becomes too much, or they mix in the wrong way or whatever. It can sometimes lead to all of these scenarios coming from a place of like good intentions. Right. Someone either wanting to express a good thing or like participate or be enthusiastic or whatever. Sometimes you get a situation that is kind of weird but harmless, in that I've had before where a client gets way too drunk, and then everything goes fine, and after the show they just kind of are spilling over themselves, like with compliments, or kind of repeating themselves over and over again.
You're so great, you were so fun.
Exactly. Or this happened with a client where like she said the same thing to us 4 or 5 times before we left. Each time you could see in her eyes that she, as delivering it, felt like she was telling us for the first time. Kind of having short-term memory loss, and it's like that kind of thing is harmless. In this instance, alcohol took what I think was like genuine enthusiasm and playfulness and turned it into something a bit darker. Returning back to our show here. This show, about 100 people, retaillees, 50 sock hop, open bar.
Open bar. Okay. 70, 80 years old. I'm sure y'all got some life left in you. You got some playfulness left in you. An open bar.
Yeah.
That's recipe for wrong.
Well, see, it's an interesting thing, because I think it's common knowledge that if for example, like you drink on an empty stomach, that will get you drunk pretty quick, right? It's also, everybody also knows if you're lighter, right? Like you weigh less, you're smaller, like shorter, like you're gonna get drunker quicker.
It hits your head faster than
a less talked about thing is similar to sort of the like weight factor,
age.
age is almost like has an inverse relationship to weight with alcohol, which is to say, as your age goes up, you
tolerance goes down.
Your tolerance goes down,
which is why an open bar is crazy.
It's crazy. And so in the same way of like that friend of yours that you know and love who is she's 5'2" and weighs 90 pounds,
yeah,
right? Like the same way that she can have
two wines,
two glasses of Chardonnay, and it's like, okay, let me have your keys. Like you crack 75, that first gin and tonic is sending you to the moon, right? So people don't talk about that, but it's true. And
we need to start talking about that.
So this guy whom I met in the lead up to our show, either before he had anything to drink, or maybe, was a few sips into drink number one, like seemed a man who had his faculties.
He had his wits about him.
He had his wits about him, you could say. And so we are now, from last when I've seen him, probably, let's say it's been about an hour since I've seen him. So now the show has kicked off in proper. Everything is going great. It's overall, like, it's a really great crowd.
Yeah.
This is all the people all really want to be here.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, plenty of the folks there were old enough that I think they were probably teenagers, or at least, like preteens during during that time. So they were getting into the nostalgia, like this was part of the reason the story sticks out, is because this show was like otherwise like such a great experience, and in terms of like customer service and customer interaction, the other 99 people were great. Anyway,
it's always the one. It always takes one person in any scenario. Like, you could be having a great in customer service, like you could be having great service, and then one person does something a little auspicious, and you're like, I'm gonna be thinking about this for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
This person, you will be living in my head rent free, and you have no idea.
Yeah.
I think about those people all the time. There's people who I'll remember from customer service. They'll just randomly come into my mind. I'll be like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, this person has never thought about me once. This person that I think about constantly has never thought about me one time.
Never.
They don't even know who I am.
Not
and
once.
Yet, this person living right there in my frontal cortex forever.
Make yourself comfortable. Okay. I feel like I have been doing too much talking around this, too much teasing of the audience. I should get into the meat of this story. So, when we give a character to one of the guests, they get a little, usually like a hat or like a set of glasses or a little accessory or something, and then prop, and then they'll get a little binder with just like some, like, your bio and like fun facts and like some clues and stuff that they'll have to give out later or whatever. So Slick gets his binder, and Slick Cool is like very much your archetypical archetype of that kind of greaser 50s bad boy, like a little bit sleazy. He's always trying to flirt with the other like girl characters in the show. He's like always asking people out, and when they get rejected, doing the like, oh, you want me, sort of that kind of shtick, that whole thing. So our boy Slick took his enthusiasm. He took these character traits about this young man that he was getting to play, and he took what I can only imagine was like half a bottle of rum, and he combined those things to create something awful. So we are like I said, it's about an hour since I've seen him at this point. And we're at a point in the show. We have a few of these. It's called investigation time, which is just the epitome of like no one's on the microphone announcing anything. We've got music on. Everyone's moving around the room, like interrogating each other, asking for clues, gathering information, all that kind of stuff, right? And so sometimes as part of that, our characters that we're playing in the show will have to interact with the characters that we've given out as part of the story, like during the time. Or sometimes there will be some big moment coming up next during the more like scripted part.
Right.
And so we will flag this guest down and be like, so they're not taken off guard of like, hey, just so you know, when I'm on the microphone, I'm gonna say this dramatic thing to you. I don't want you to be caught off guard.
Shocked.
Exactly. So I am in the midst of doing just that. There's a part coming up where one of the guests, this is a not uncommon thing, one of the guests actually is gonna be the next victim.
Yes.
And so I am pulling them aside away from everyone else to give them the rundown of like when Ilana's character says this, that's your cue to slump down in your seat, and then we'll declare you dead, and then here's how we'll get you off stage the whole bit. So I specifically, this is someone else, an unproblematic guest whom I have to speak to. So I pull her off to the side, kind of away from everyone else, so that we can have a private conversation, not give away the fact that she's about to die.
Yeah.
And I'm in the midst of that conversation, and next thing I know, Slick,
here he comes,
has snuck up on me.
Snuck up?
He's
full on.
What? Here's the thing. One moment he was not there, and then the next moment he was there. Okay. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
That might be an issue of like object permanence on my part, that like he disappeared in my mind's eye. But no, so he's suddenly there.
Yeah.
And because of all of the signals that he had given me an hour ago, I'm thinking, and also just kind of little things I had maybe seen across the room or whatever, I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's just trying to play in character.
Yeah.
He is trying to mess with my character, because I'm kind of a big dork, and he is the cool bad boy.
Yeah.
Okay, let me sort of entertain this a little bit, but then get him away so I can continue prepping this person for their big moment. And so I'm trying to talk to him, and I notice right away, like as I'm trying to speak with him and kind of riff with him, right? Because we had done a bit of that earlier, of just going back and forth. You ever do you ever speak with someone if really late at night, or like after a long day of drinking or partying or whatever? They're looking at you, and you know that and you can tell that they're looking at you, but like you can almost see the layer of film that's like over top of the eye, right? So he's already
gone.
He's looking through me. Exactly. He's on the moon. And so I'm kind of thinking, oh, okay, this is but nothing I haven't seen before. So I'm like, okay, like now I just gotta maybe navigate. So I'm trying to coax him away, and it's not really taking. He's not really listening. Next thing I know, as I am trying to manage a number of things and get him away and be aware of the whole room, I notice, certainly unexpected, I notice, next thing I know, he's got his hands like at my belt.
Oh.
And he is
both one.
Both.
Oh.
And he is in no uncertain terms, like trying to reach into the front of my pants.
Excuse me?
Yeah. No. Yeah. And like, well, so here's the thing, is like, I don't I don't want
It's like when something's happening, but you don't really register what's happening until it's too late.
Well, exactly. And so it's for that exact reason that I don't necessarily want to add any more like context to it that I create in my head.
Right.
Beyond the true fact of what I know, that he was with both of his hands trying to make his way into the front of my pants. For what reason, I don't know. And I will never know. And I will choose not to know.
It's still, the question's out. Why was he reaching into your pants?
And it will forever remain a mystery. It's not that
this is the real murder mystery. The mystery,
because it's like, no, we know why he was reaching in my pants. So here's the thing: is this is certainly something that has not happened to me often. Not just in my professional life, but really in my life at large. I haven't run into this from like strangers. So it was certainly jarring.
Yeah.
But there were a few things working to my advantage. Firstly, I outsized, outweighed, and like out generationed this guy all by like factors of 2.
Sure.
So it was not, I was never in any real danger. One, like you said, when my brain finished hard rebooting,
to go what?
Because I had to put it in a bag of rice to understand
that you've just been
well, that I was being so very slowly attempted upon. But it was super easy to kind of, all right, that's enough of that. And
move along
and get him away. And here's the thing, like, I'm having a blast, by the way. I want to adopt as much seriousness as I can right now and say, like, I fully acknowledge in situations like that, especially for a lot of my female friends, literally all women, situations like that can be like traumatizing or can like invoke trauma because like women live in a hellscape where you are in a constant state of fear and or recovering from the trauma from like sexual misconduct in some way or another. Sure. So I don't say this lightly, which is to say, because I'm a guy and because I've been real tall and pretty loud my whole life, I have not had to deal with that really hardly ever. So it was an easy thing for me to brush off as like, that was strange. Yeah. That was certainly inappropriate. Yeah. But also I'm good. Yeah. You know, and by that same token, I think because because I'm an actor or fancy myself a comedian by trade, like my default will be to laugh about it. Yeah. And I think in a lot of ways kind of process how I feel about it through sort of joking about it with my friends. So I'm thinking to myself, there are 3 other actors on this show in addition to me. All of them I know pretty well at this point, and I've worked with them before, and they're great. So I'm thinking to myself, oh man, do I have a story for these guys on the drive home? Sure. When I'm gonna tell them about being inappropriately touched by Slick. Let's say another 20 minutes go by. Okay. So we are now, call it 60% of the way through our performance.
60% through the show, half a bottle deep.
Oh, I mean, the bottle is gone. The bottle sense. Look, as far as I'm concerned, he finished the bottle and then spiked it like a football in the parking lot, shattering glass everywhere. That's the kind of shit my boy Slick was on. So
little guy.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. No, he is not. No, he is not. So, um, about 20-30 minutes go by. We're about since the incident, we're about 60%, 65% of the way through the show. And next thing I know, our show captain, who is just on a show with multiple actors, one of the actors, usually like the most senior or like veteran of the actors, is the show captain, which is just effectively like more in a logistical sense than anything else. They're the person who's in charge. They just sort of make sure we're keeping to the schedule. They're the one who interfaces with the client. Like
very event focus.
They're the one that like has to pick up the check from like, you know, that kind of thing. And so next thing I know, the show captain subtly calls kind of a little semi-emergency huddle of the four of us during the show, which is like, this is not unheard of, but this is the kind of thing that you do when it's like, okay, there is an issue, and like we need to come out of the world of our silly murder for a second and like talk about something. Yeah. And I'm sort of like, well, and so the show captain is she's a woman, right. And so she calls us. I swear it's funny. She calls us together, and we have this little huddle, and she very serious is like, guys, I just wanna let you all like know, because we're dealing with it now. I'm fine and it's good, but the gentleman playing our slick cool like has made some passes at me and like and tried to touch me in some inappropriate ways, so I'm going to be keeping my distance. A couple of things happen in a blink of an eye.
Oh no.
Which is that I think to myself, oh my god, you too, that's nuts. So while I was planning on saving it for the drive home, I think to myself, I'll mention it now. Oh wow, this guy has been getting busy, not just you, but me. So then I go to say, wait, he touched you too? Or like, wait, he came at you too? As I do so, the two other actors rounding out our four, who were also two other guys.
Oh, one girl, three guys.
One girl, three guys. The other two actors, as I am saying, wait, you two, the three of us, like three of the four members of a barbershop quartet, in unison, all three of us, wait, you too? It's just in an instant, the four of us all thinking we were dealing with a unique, gross situation in which Slick Cool had, like, you know, inappropriately touched us or came for us or whatever. Yeah. Turns out, it was everyone. In that half-hour span, he got to all of us. It happened. He left no stone unturned. 30 minutes. There was a moment of complete like flabbergasted, like
Shakira flabbergasted,
complete flabbergastation, just completely confounded. The four of us of like, wait, no, but I was gonna tell you that about this guy who. What do you mean What do you mean it was the same guy? What do you mean it was all of us? What do you mean? What do you mean? Now here's the thing, right? So after me and one of the other actors who's a good friend of mine, after he and I picked ourselves up off the floor from laughing so hard,
because this is just
because that's just I don't think that'll ever happen to me again. Those sort of
that train of events,
those planets aligning. So I just like the unbelievable, like the odds of that is insane. And now it's like from a professional sense, from a we gotta get to the end of this, everyone uninjured, unharmed type thing. We're like, now we all know this guy's bad news. We're going to keep our distance and also keep multiple eyes on him sort of at all times.
While
right?
you're doing a show. It's always crazy because it's like you still have to act and do this show for everyone else.
Well, so our boy Slick,
he's back.
While what a moment that was. It turns out it was just him introducing himself to us, because he had one more call it his magnum opus even, and then after that I have a postscript that makes it kind of truly awful, and also, when I think about it, the funniest thing that I've ever heard. So as I had alluded to earlier, callback, sometimes well, in every one of our murder mystery shows, we'll have a live death, right? Where someone goes down. Oftentimes, at least once, it'll be one of the actors, and so we'll go down hard, and then the other actors working the show have a tarp that we pull out and like drag them around the corner. It's very high tech. So
it's very 2025.
But sometimes there are scenarios when one of the guests that we've cast as one of our characters dies. And so how that'll work is we'll give them that little prep, like I mentioned, and then we they'll have their cue, they'll die, which usually takes the form of them slumping in their chair, flopping over top of the table in front of them, that kind of thing, and just sort of pretending to be a corpse for a minute. And then they'll do that for a second, and then we have this fun, lame justification of kind of why their body, they'll kind of suddenly come back to life, and then they come back as themselves, and it's silly, but it's fun.
It's silly. It's just fake murder.
So part of call it our company protocol. Given the context of our podcast or whatever. Like when there's a death in one of our murder mysteries, be it one of the actors or one of our guests, there is like a process, a protocol. It's like a significant part of our training for when you get hired is the actors who are not the person that is like dead, like have to like very actively, like you're someone's bodyguard from the paparazzi, like keep people from fucking with the body. Yes, because like I mentioned, with the enthusiasm sometimes morphing into like inappropriate shit happening, oftentimes, especially if people are drunk and having fun, if somebody goes down, you loudly declare to the whole room, they're dead. A lot of people, because I mean, sometimes it is funny.
They want to go look.
They want to go check the body. They want to go check for the pulse. They want to go try to shake them, whatever. For safety reasons, for liability reasons, for like nobody being touched unexpectedly in a way that you don't want to be reasons. Like we have to, and plenty of times it goes perfectly fine, but we have to just make sure that we're playing defense to
like, hey, maybe don't, hey,
we got
we got it.
Exactly, like those guards when you go to concerts, where it's like there is that space of 3 feet, like sort of in front of you, and they've asked, but they're like, hey, the line is there, could you stay, behind that line, that kind of thing. So it is now we're nearing the end of the show. We are 80% of the way through.
We're in the thick.
We're in the thick. It's like of a 2-hour show. We're probably like at the hour 40 mark. We're in the home stretch, and one of the last major beats of this show is one of our guests, not Slick, but a different one, dies like as part of the thing. And so what's interesting was this group, like I said, was predominantly retirees 65 to 80, but a few people kind of brought family or just like a disparate sort of like a guest here and there. So there were a handful of folks that were, you know, mid 30s.
Yeah.
And then there were probably two or three that I imagine were grandchildren, nieces, nephews, kids that were probably like late teens, like 18, 19 years old, right? And so we happened to, because she was a really good sport, cast one of the like teenage girls as one of our suspects. And it happened to be this character that died.
Yeah.
She was really great, died right on cue, fully, you know, fully motionless, waiting for the next cue before she's gonna get up. Our boy's slick.
No. No.
The trouble with these, well, the trouble sometimes with these deaths is I mentioned all that defense that we have to play, but we have to do that while, like, right when the death happens, there's major scripted stuff that happens. So in addition to protecting the body, we have to be driving the plot forward hardcore in terms of making important specific announcements and like calling people out and focusing on a lot of things and like setting a lot of, you know, dominoes in motion, if you will. So it's can be hard to manage sometimes.
Yeah.
So we are at this point, we're home stretch. She goes down, and I because I'm at this point playing the detective character, so I'm kind of driving the thing forward, and I'm trying to make the big announcement about here's what we're gonna do next, and clues and whatever. And mentioned before, there's a pretty big room, right? And so even though there were four of us, the nature of these shows, we're all constantly moving, right? And like even when we're on the mic from the wireless mic, so we're all over the room. In the window of time, like quickly after she goes down, before any of us had a chance to kind of get in the way and cut off his lane of attack, let's say.
Lane of attack?
I am watching this from afar because I'm on the microphone doing the main stuff, like having to announce things. So I'm trying to announce the stuff of our silly murder while I am watching my two other actors, the show captain and my other friend, having to pull Slick off of our like Ivana Liv lying on the ground, because this no younger than 75-year-old man thought it would be funny to lie on top of and pretend to do like mouth to mouth to this. Like she couldn't have been older than like 21 at the oldest, this teen.
A young adult, I guess.
A young adult. This young adult woman who was no, like, she was no less than 50 years his junior.
Yeah.
He didn't make any kind of like significant inappropriate contact. They got to him sort of in time, and he was slow, old, and drunk enough that you know, again, that worked to our favor. But
we intercept his bit.
But yeah,
his unscripted bit.
As you know, nearing the end of our show, when we're all trying to process these varying levels of trauma, his parting gift to us, as we're just trying to get this thing across the finish line, was, I know I've already gone for all of you, but
oh no,
now I'm gonna go for an innocent bystander. Which was awful, and I should make very clear, I laugh about only with the important context after the fact of nobody was hurt or like anything fully inappropriate happened that like wasn't dealt with. So it's like focusing on the humor of it, because I think that's all you can do
Yeah.
to fully appreciate the absurdity
Yes.
of what I can only imagine was like two old fashions did to
this guy's sanity.
to a man who 2 hours before I was like, he seems fun. He seems cool. Have to offer as an epilogue
Sure.
to this story.
What's your epilogue?
This is something that will be a fun stinger for the audience, but we the actors had to hold it with us the whole time it was happening.
Yeah.
You can book the Murder Mystery Company for any occasion, for any size, party, any day, any time. So we will often get booked for birthday parties or for corporate Christmas parties, or for or for a big celebration of some kind,
fundraisers,
a holiday, like Halloween, fundraisers. Yes. In this instance, we were booked by, and the event was for, the
what?
The longtime volunteers, donors, and staff members to an organization supporting women who are survivors of sexual abuse and domestic violence.
Of course.
Of course. Before we got into the festivities of the show, they had kind of their opening announcements and things. And in addition, they had a testimony from a woman who had survived a years-long domestic abuse relationship, and her sharing her story specifically of like the ways that this organization was like able to help her, and like now how she's working with them. Now going back through all the pages of this episode, all of the women like running it are women who have worked like at this organization forever, and they were so sweet because of course they were, because they've I think they probably had day jobs at one point and then are now like post-retirement and are more or less full-time working for this organization to support women that have survived sexual abuse. And so there was,
I'm dumbfounded.
There was truly a surreal Curb Your Enthusiasm type element to it.
Yeah.
Where it was like this, the actions of Mr. Slick Cool would be weird and messed up and worth mentioning and worth telling the story about, given any show, any context. The fact that it happened in this way among this group, there's a specific kind of paradoxical nature to it that sometimes I wake up and feel like that didn't actually happen.
Did it?
Yeah, no, it did. Because I frequently text actors about it because they also think about it. And we think about it. And yeah, much like the opinions of strangers who never think about us.
The
incident of the man who attempted to speed run being a sexual pest.
A sexual pest.
A sex pest. A sexual predator.
A sex pest.
A sex pest. That's certainly what he is. I was about to say I like that term, but I don't mean it in that way. I find that term apt. I find that term appropriate. I don't like
sex pests.
I do not like the term sex pest. I do not like
hard stance. I
am
maybe an unpopular opinion. I don't like sex pests.
I'm not a fan of them in any of their forms.
And you know what? That's the thing about working in the customer service industry. You sometimes, especially as an entertainer, a performer too, as a server, as a bartender, you will come across many people who think it's appropriate to treat you as not a person, but as a form of entertainment that is either entertainment or as a means to an end, which is like getting a drink or getting your meal. But a lot of the times, like you've mentioned before, women too, women and men will be treated like they'll be flirted with, sometimes inappropriately touched, sometimes talked down to, demeaned, anything like that, where it's people think it's okay. They think it's okay because you're helping them or it's your job. And I'll tell you what, it's not my job. It's not my job to be harassed. It will never be my job to be harassed. It'll never be anyone's job to be harassed. Take care of people in the customer service industry the way that you would take care of someone that you care about, because that's what we want to do. We care to make it a good experience for you. Don't take that as a front of us flirting with you or giving you an open invitation to, come on to us. Don't do that.
And for my fellas out there, especially the ones who have and will offer a version of the "I'm just being nice" defense. Hey man, I see you. I feel you, okay? You admit, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you are just trying to be nice. The funny thing about being nice is, as paradoxical as it sounds, even if you feel like you're being nice, if the things you're saying to a person are like not making them feel good and comfortable, then you're not being nice.
That's what you said earlier. The path to hell is paved by good intentions. You might have the best intention in the world. You might say something with the best intention. If the other person...
You're still going to hell.
Wow. Thank you, Eddie, for being here today.
Thank you for having me here today.
Now, Eddie, I want to say a lot of luckily, what we do for Murder Mystery obviously is fun and play, and it is something that I think we enjoy doing as part of a part-time job, as a gig. Other than, working in this realm of immersive theater, what would you say is something that you are working towards? What is your big goal in life? What is something that you hope to accomplish as you grow and change and in entertainment or otherwise? And where can people find you to support you?
Thank you. You can find me at none of your business. No, I'll get to that. No, so yeah, the whole reason I moved to LA because I'm unique and different is to be an actor. But
What?
Yeah, I know.
I've never met any of them.
No, so I think what I love about acting, what I've always loved about performing, is I love storytelling. Specifically, what it boils down to is I think it's really, really cool when a performance or a show or a movie or whatever can make you feel real emotions, real genuine feelings about a situation or scenario or person or character that isn't actually real. Right? I think I think in a lot of ways, the reason that we remember stories and the reason that stories resonate is because of, in part, the way that they elicit very real emotions from us, even though they are fiction or fabricated or whatever. So what I've long said is as an actor, I love making people feel things. I love to make people laugh, so it usually tends towards comedy. It usually tends towards, be it sketch or improv, where it's I am trying to make a haha silly joke to make you laugh. But regardless of if it's something more dramatic, I think I think that it's a really really cool feeling that never gets old to elicit those real emotions from someone out of something fabricated. And I think it's also in not the same way that you connect with a person by having a conversation, but I think it creates a way to connect with people in a different way, that we are in a way I am sharing your reaction to what I'm doing.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm available as hell right now. So book me. You can find me at Eddie or Not on Instagram.
Eddie or Not.
At Eddie or Not on Twitter. I'll forever call it Twitter because that's what it's called. It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
But you don't have to follow me there because that's full of Nazis now. Don't go there. It's bad.
We're not on Twitter, so
yeah, don't be. Don't get there. Follow me on Instagram, and yeah, send me a DM. I'll be in your show. I do I do comedy, I do characters, I do voices. I'm I'm a wizard with a cast iron pan. That's all I got. Please hire me.
Please.
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 Okay, bye.
Bye. Please.